back to my channel, and if you're new, hey, what's up? My name is Tanya, and thank you all so much for joining in and watching this video. As always, there will be timestamps listed down below so you can jump around, and if you like what you see, smash that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and thumbs this video up. I do try to post 7 days a week, sometimes a couple of times a day. You just never know, so having that notification bell on really goes a long way in ensuring that you receive all video notifications, including giveaways, so that way you guys don't ever miss out on anything that you want to see. Now, this video shout out goes to Antoinette Gyron. I'm guessing it's Gyron, but I could be wrong because I'm wrong with names all the time. But Antoinette, thank you so much for hitting that subscribe button and being so active, commenting, engaging, watching. It has been so wonderful seeing your name popping up so much more recently. I'm sorry you guys, I have a really bad headache and I had to take a Tylenol 3 because it was exploding. Today's my last filming day before we leave, and I also have to go for a hair appointment, and I'm out of it now. I was okay at the when you guys see me in the unboxing, and then it just like came on, so I am struggling. But Antoinette, honestly, I don't know how long you've been a subscriber, a fawn, because I know that you just all of a sudden recently really started commenting. So I could have missed a comment for a shout out, you know, in the past. And if I did, I'm so sorry. It is so hard to try to cover absolutely everybody, and it's, you know, impossible really because there's only so many days in a year. But I really do try to shout out people who are commenting often. So thank you so much for being so engaged and helping my channel grow and just being so positive. It really means so much to me. Now, this video is exciting. It is on the Milani Gilded Desires eyeshadow palette, or it's face too. There's two highlights in here, but this is so amazing. Milani killed it with this palette. You get a huge mirror, and then these shadows are just beautiful. You have 6 transitions and 6 foiled metallic shades, and then the 2 highlights are on the base there, and these all perform so well. Well, I shouldn't say all, I didn't use all of them. I did use 5 out of 6 mattes though, and the mattes are usually what's more tricky in a formulation, so 5 out of the 6 mattes are amazing and they work really well. And then I used 2 of the metallics, and they both performed really well, and the swatches of everything are just beautiful. Even that burgundy color, it swatches a little bit patchy, uneven, but I have higher end, I mean, this is drugstore, and I have high end and even some luxury ones that swatch more patchy and inconsistently than this one does, and this is like a really solid swatch, and then when you use it with a brush, you have no issues. These are extremely pigmented. Like, I mean, it's going to blow you away. When I put the brush down at first, I was like, damn, like that light brown is so, I mean, they're all so pigmented, but I just wasn't expecting that. They're very rich, they're buttery, they're smooth, they build up in intensity so easily, they blend like a dream. These are so good. I really feel like the formula has changed a little bit since Milani's last 2 palette launches, because those palettes were great, but this one is like a whole other level of fantastic compared to their last 2 palettes. So I don't know if they tweaked the formula or if it's just because you don't have as many shades to pick from. I believe the other 2 palettes were both 20 pan palettes, and this one is, what was it, 12 shadows and 2 highlights. So I'm not sure, but this palette is even better than the other ones, and it is up there. Like, this could be sold in Sephora, absolutely. This is better than so many Sephora palettes, not like Sephora brand, but palettes I've purchased from Sephora. It's crazy. And the highlights I did not test out today, but I have tested out so many Milani highlights, and her highlight formula is my favorite from the drugstore. It is always smooth, creamy, it doesn't emphasize texture, fine lines, it's very buildable in intensity. Her highlights are really amazing. And this palette is so good. It's more of a fall winter palette if you color scheme your eye looks, or if you just like a warm tone eye look year round, then this will definitely be for you. There isn't really any kind of cool toned aspect in here. You do have a cool toned highlighter, and then the one metallic shade is more icy too. But aside from that, 12 out of 14 of the pans are, you know, on the warm end of the spectrum. But I think this is awesome. It is, I think, limited edition. I know that they made a limited release when they launched it on Milani's site. It's now in Ulta as well, so I don't know if it was just such a hit that they've extended it, because I checked and it's still available on Milani's site and on Ulta's site. I bought it from Milani the day it launched, and I was worried that it would have been gone by now because I haven't had a chance to review it, but it's going strong and it's now on Ulta. So maybe they've decided to make it permanent, or they just made a extra amount of them, but I would really recommend grabbing this palette. So if you guys want to see swatches of that baby, so you gotta get this eye look, see everything in action, then just keep on watching. Alright, this is going to be my last palette that I get to film before I leave for LA and then my parents' visit, so I thought I should do this one. I know it's not a limited edition, but it's more limited in production. It is being carried at Ulta, and you can get it from Milani as well. It's their new Gilded Desires Eye and Face palette. I have their first two like big palettes, and they were so great. So when I saw that they were dropping this one, I got really excited for it. So this says 01 Gilded Desires. Brilliant golds, gleaming bronzes, and rich warm berries. This luxurious palette features 12 velvety mattes and shimmering metallics. I think the other two palettes may have had 20 shades in them each. I did a review on it. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it was 20 each. Pearlized highlighters and Milani highlighters are so good. They're some of the best from the drugstore. Very smooth, buildable, blinding, really pretty. Pearlized highlighters in a warm golden pink and shimmering champagne for a soft, beautiful, gilded glow. Milani is a cruelty-free brand as well. This looks really pretty. That is so pretty. Oh my gosh. Go Milani and the drugstore on stepping it up though. Like seriously, that's amazing. Look at the size of that mirror. I love that they're including mirrors with their palettes. I think that that is fantastic. So there isn't really too much wiggle room as far as a look is concerned with this. There is, I mean, you have 6 matte shades, but it's still a little bit limiting in, you know, the colors that you can do. So this is definitely a palette for people who like warm tones much more. So I'm going to get to swatching these babies, and I will be right back. Alright, so I swatched row by row by row by row. I think that this is much more of a fall winter palette, or if you just like, you know, really warm tones year round, this will be really beautiful. And the formula is so good. It is very creamy, it is smooth, it's pigmented. This is a home run. Look how pretty these swatches are. Like, I think that it is just a really beautiful palette from Milani. So we have the first transition shade. The shade names are not marked. Oh, they are marked on the back. Let me show you. You have the shade names right there, which is perfect because it's not going to make you guess where to go in the palette, and that's just much smarter packaging. So we have Naked Truth, Champagne Wasted, Sweet as Honey, and Most Covet Rosé, I think. And then we have Love Addict, Desire for Gold, Crazy for Cocoa, Time to Unwind. Oh my gosh, Just Bronzing Around. I cannot make out this one, hold on. The Olive of My Life. The print is so tiny on this. Would You Join Me? And Black Tie Affair, which is a nice black. All of these mattes are really great. Even that cranberry that can be hard, like that deep burgundy, it's not, you know, not patchy, but that's way more pigmented and smooth than even some higher end brands. And these metallics, specifically those 4 shades, are just, oh my gosh, to die for. And then we have the 2 highlights, which is Brighten Up My Day and Highlight of the Day. So I'm going to figure out which metallics I feel like using to build my color story, prep and prime my eyes, and I will be right back. Alright, starting with my Karity E31, I'm going to go into that first chocolate shade, the lighter one, and oh, there's some kick up, so just be mindful of that and start building the crease and above. Holy pigmentation. That is so smooth and not patchy, and that blended out effortlessly. So you really only need to like tap your brush once and then go in. You don't need to go like I just automatically did. You don't need to go in that many times. This is super pigmented. This is so pigmented and smooth and just rich in color. This is a beautiful shadow. So good. So now I'm going to take my Wayne Goss number 4 brush and go into that shade, the burgundy. These are so pigmented. Holy cow. These are so rich and pigmented. I really just can't get over that. Wow. Now taking my Marc Jacobs the crease brush, I'm going to go into that last dark chocolate and intensify the crease. Alright, now taking my MAC 242, I'm going to go with that darker bronze, so I don't think I really need to clean up the crease. I'm going to grab this baby, and I'm going to fix Plusser. I can't wait until I can start saying, let's Milani her up again. But I really don't want to waste the last bit of Fix Plus that's spitting out in a weird way. I might not even... Okay, it's done. We're going to Milani this up on the next dunk. Okay, my brush is like soaking wet from that MAC. I'm just going to go into that rose gold. And I don't think I'm going to wet it. Wow, these are so pretty. Now I'm going to take some Too Faced GlitterPOP Peel Off Liner in Yes Way Rosé and pop this like a half crease. Now I'm taking my eSIM T37. I'm just going to go into one dab of that dark brown and deepen up the outer corner a little bit. Alright, so I finished up my face and I tested out a few products. I put them in a mini video and I did have a mist, so I'll start with the mist. I tested out the Nars All Day Luminous Weightless Foundation. The shade was off right from the beginning, which isn't my issue. You know, I tried to guess as best as I could offline. I picked up Light 4 Deauville, but I don't like the formula. I try to build it up and it still stayed less than a medium coverage. You could see like all my sunspots and it just looked almost patchy or something. I can't figure out what is wrong with how it appears. A beauty blender works it into the skin nicer, but it's like you still see foundation and then you see your skin and imperfections, and it's supposed to be a full coverage and it's just not. So I did end up throwing on my Huda Beauty foundation over top. So I have a lot of foundation on right now, but I just didn't want to remove everything and I just needed to cover up. It was blotchy, it wasn't full coverage. The color ended up being off. If it was just the color, I could have dealt with it, but there was so much that I just don't like this at all. And then I retested out the Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer. I picked up a new shade. I have Light 2 Vanilla. It's a little bit light. I think I'm going to have to just go into a store and swatch because trying to order it online, I'm having a really difficult time. So I do really enjoy this concealer though. It is full coverage. It is creamy. It blends out beautifully. It meshes into the foundation. It sets well. I like this a lot. Then I haven't worn my Lily lashes in so long, so I do have Faux Mink Miami on right now. And then I tested out the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector pressed in Dreamsicle. I hauled this a couple of months ago, but just never got around to testing it out, and it is limited edition, but I checked and it's still available as of right now, July 9th, I want to say it is. I don't even have my phone on me. I think 10th? I don't know. My days are 10th. Today's the 10th. So this one is not great for fair and light skin tones. It is a much deeper color and it will be beautiful on medium and chocolate colored fawns. So I think that this one will be really beautiful. The formula is incredible. I mean, I still put it on. I then spotlight with a different one to offset how deep toned it is. Like the base is too deep of a color for light and fair skin tone, but I did put it down on my cheekbone and under my brow bone, and it's very smooth, it's creamy, it's beautiful. It doesn't emphasize fine lines or texture or anything like that. It's just meant for a different skin tone other than my pale butt. So then I took the LC Cosmetics, the Skin Reflector Highlighter. These are the ones that I recently reviewed, and Golden Haze was the shade where I said, I think if you stick with this 2/3 part of the compact, we can get away with it. And then it's just when you get into that side and you swirl them together, this is more suited for medium and deeper skin tones. So I did test out taking my fan brush and just running it through the lighter shades all the way up until that line. I stuck with those ones and I did a spotlight, and then I went under my brow bone again, down my nose, Cupid's bow, inner corners, and it is beautiful. So this one is actually very versatile for many skin tones because it is very customizable. And then as usual, everything else I used will be listed in the description bar down below. And I did not forget to put on blush today. I am wearing my Charlotte Tilbury Cheek to Chic Swish and Pop blusher in First Love. Yes, that's what I'm wearing. But everything else will be listed down below anyway. Alright, my allergies are so bad that I actually have a really severe sinus migraine right now. Well, more of a headache. My migraines are intense. So I've taken Tylenol 3 and a nasal spray, allergy medication. I'm trying everything, but this is like killing, so you might see me starting to lose steam as the Tylenol's kicking in. But today is my last filming day and I'm just trying to pre-film as much as I can for you guys. And my eye's starting to water right now from just how much pain I'm in. The MAC lip conditioner, putting that on a Q-tip and in the waterline is really going a long way for me. I think it just can only do so much. So I just want to point that out to you guys. Now I'm going to take my Wayne Goss number 20 brush and go into that first chocolate shade that we used as the first transition shade and smoke this beneath the lower lash line. I warned you guys. All right, taking this Wayne Goss number 17 brush, I'm just going to blend. Now taking this MAC 212, I'm gonna go into the black shade and get that nice and tight to the lower lash line. Now taking this Luxie 111 brush, I'm going to go into that beautiful burgundy color and smoke it beneath the lower lash line. Now I'm going to take this Kevyn Aucoin small eyeshadow eyebrow brush and go into the dark chocolate. Now taking my Wayne Goss number 20 brush, I'm going to go back into that first light brown. Now taking the Too Faced GlitterPOP Peel Off Eyeliner in Yes Way Rosé, I'm just going to pop a little bit of this on the inner lower lash line. Thanks so much for watching this video. I really hope that you guys are as impressed with this palette as I am and that you enjoyed this eye look. I know I don't do neutral too often, but I'm definitely a warm neutral girl at heart, and I love when I do warm eye looks because that's just how I used to always do my makeup. And so please thumbs this video up if you liked it, please share it, please subscribe if you haven't already, and until next time, good night, good morning, wherever you are. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you later. Bye guys.